Welcome, everyone. It's February the 16th, 2024, and we are busy with our high heart chakra. It is the Sarun one that is right above the heart. You can see it right here on this little being. And connected to this Sarun high heart chakra is the universal law of transmutation and dissipation, the eighth dimension, and the blessing and virtue of prudence, which is, we're just going to finish up our review of right now. It's St. Bernadette that's explaining it. But before we do that, let's have a peek at Archangel Michael's mission to be holding this peace for the planet. It's actually balance for the planet so that the weather becomes more stabilized, so all the systems become more stabilized and we're running more smoothly. Our inner work is so important. Time for the divine child, adult to rise, and everyone standing for what is right. Peace within, without, love, creation. And love is connected to healing and the golden energy of the Father, to balance, to creation, to alignment, to joy. So just remembering who we truly are within for peace on earth. And there's different groups. There's this peacenow.com. They're sending out these little beautiful little memes, just reminding us to be peaceful all day long. And then there's the Unify group that is predicting peace on earth by 2030. But we can be peace within, and that's why we're studying all this whole system. We can be in perfect balance within the physical form, just continuing to let go whatever's coming up, and that contributes to the collective coming into that divine alignment. So here we are in the high heart. So right there above the heart, it's these beautiful colors of peaches and pinks and golds and fuchsias, and it's swirling energy. It's connected to prudence, purity, harmony, joy, that refined balance of our self-love and self-worth. It is a creation chakra, creation dimension, the eighth dimension. Creation's in alignment with all. Again, the purity, awe, the magic, acceptance of our core power, self-love and self-worth, core responsibility and unity, and also connected to the law of transmutation and dissipation. So I need to add that there. Okay, so this is just a reminder about the dimensions, how they circle all around us from 1 to 12. They are all equal. They all are like different classrooms that we're going in and out of. Each dimension has 12 levels. If you multiply 12 by 12, that's 144 classrooms that we are etherically going in and out of as we evolve. And each dimension has different attributes. So it's just good to what St. Francis said. He said the key was to be in gratitude. So that's why I put be in gratitude right in the middle. But each dimension he mentioned to go over, like to experience, as if you're going to the numbers on a clock. Just go like to the first dimension, for instance, and receive and give. So do the receiving and the giving. And he said in charity, the giving is receiving. So just know that there's both energies, the mother and the father energy in balance in every dimension. So, and then remember to be in gratitude for each one too. So it's just it's a beautiful thing to do every once in a while, to go to the different dimensions and just feel what they're like there. Okay, so here we are, the Sarun high heart. Albert Einstein says the eighth dimension is creation, the state of being where the manipulation of energy, of the fuel of love into form, be it process or tangible, is learned. And we'll go into a little bit more about that. This chakra is connected to the lungs, the blood, and the lymphatic system. So if you're struggling with any of those organs or systems, just know the more balanced we are in this chakra, it helps with the health of these different organs and systems. And the balance in this chakra is remembering our core responsibility of self-love and self-worth. And Archangel Michael said, within the false grids core issues, that it is lack of self-love and lack of self-worth that helps is the issue with the false grids and the core issues. So coming into the balance of loving ourselves and knowing our worth eliminates naturally all the old beliefs that are not of love that we tend to carry because of family, what's come down through the family lines, their family patterns. Yes, Steve. You're on mute. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. Are your headphones on?
Are they plugged in?
We can't hear you.
Is your jack all the way in? Okay.
Weird.
Well, why don't you write it in a message? Can you write it in? No? Okay.
Maybe take your headphones off. Just take them off. Yeah, we.
Okay. Some headphone.
Yeah, really.
Just the as you give, you receive. I've said this before. I'm going over old ground, but as you give love, you're experiencing going through you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is, as I give that same love, I receive it as well.
Sure.
Just want to mention that.
Yeah. And there's lots of different things to receive and give in each dimension. So like in the first, it's ideas from the void connected to our purpose. We're there to receive them. And compassion and humility, our service is connected to that. So then we're giving that non-judgment back and our service as well. And then this is a dimension that's connected to our entire journey. So it's just being in gratitude. So there's different attributes in each dimension, connected to love, like you said, connected to the flow in each dimension. Mm-hmm. But it's all love. So that's right that you said that. Mm-hmm.
Deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, love is everything. I remember my last reading with Linda, the Divine Mother came through and I asked her, is love a verb? She said it's an adverb, it's an adjective, it's a noun, it is everything. Use it as you will. So I thought that was a great ending to my last reading. Yeah, right. I thought it was a verb. I thought it was just a doing thing. And she's like, no, it's everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Ken, you wanted to say something.
I forgot.
Oh, I know. I think I missed your hand too. I don't know how long it was up for.
I don't remember. I was helping Steve with his headphones and then suddenly it went out of my head. So
okay. Well, if it comes back, let me know and I will keep an eye on people's hands. I sort of got on a rant there.
You're in good company, Ken.
I'm sorry?
You're in good company.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a reason. Okay, there is a good reason why that is happening. It's
Good.
because we're becoming multi-dimensional. So we're not as focused in the third. And we're off. Like there's 144 different classrooms we can go in and out of. And we're really interested in that because we want to evolve. So that's why our focus just isn't, we're not as focused on the third.
Yeah, right. So, and Susie Ward adds that as we change from a carbon-based body to a crystalline body, we're shedding cells in our brain, and some of that is carrying some old memories with it.
Oh, okay.
Something she has said. She said, if you don't have a poor memory now, there's something wrong with you. That's what she said.
I'll take that.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was driving out to work this morning and I could not remember this person that I know really, really well. And I'm like, how is this even possible? And then after about 5 minutes, I think my guides fed it to me, but I was like, what? I can't remember the name of this person.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, all good. Um, okay, so yeah, we're learning about this high heart, which is perfect balance of our self-love and self-worth. And it's all it is just remember it, because that's who we are. And we're just letting go anything that's not of worth and not of love, basically. Because the belief systems are all lack. That's what they are, according to Archangel Michael. And you're gonna notice there's a new symbol here. And I'm using it all throughout because the piece is very much connected to the Divine Mother and what has been suppressed here for thousands of years because we've mastered war. But the Divine Father energy is joy and gratitude. And this actually is a symbol, a Buddhist symbol for gratitude. And I love it because it looks like the ascension spiral.
Oh, that's neat. Oh.
It's so beautiful. It's like the golden ascension spiral, which is, what did St. Francis say? Be in gratitude. So that symbol should be here as well, just reminding us that we're going deeper and deeper into gratitude for self. And look at the golden energy in this Sarun chakra as well. It's like there's a lot of gold, a lot of self-worth in here. And pink is often associated with self-love. So the pinks and the golds, there's the self-worth and the self-love there. Okay, so, and it's super important to keep grounding yourself because as we're evolving, we're getting very floaty and more crystalline. It's super important to ground yourself. So drop that red root cord down to Gaia and say hi to Gaia and give her everything that's not of love. I mean, that's why we're here, to rid ourselves of these old belief systems so that we're right in the middle, in the heart. And this is just a reminder that Sarun is a combination of rays, peaches, corals, gold, yellow, pinks, and fuchsia. It's like the skin of a peach or the magnificent fire of a beautiful sunset. This is our center for peace and harmony. So there's the blue energy, but there's not a lot of blue. There's no blue in this combination of rays, but just know that the Sarun is a center for peace and harmony, for balance and prudence. It's also a center for transmutation, and the transmutation is bringing old energy back to original purity, but we're going to go into that more. So it's really, again, a really deep letting go. This is a center for working with the universal law of transmutation. So there we go. This is our portal to the 8th dimension of creation, of acceptance of our core power, our ability and responsibility to create what our heart desires, what is reflective of our mission and purpose, in creating Nova Earth, working in harmony with all the kingdoms. There's a quality of self-worth here, how we are united in this creation with all, above and below, within and without, harmonious balance, all within this chakra. So it's a really amazing chakra. It's very energetic. The colors swirl. So now this is Albert. I just thought we might review this a little bit because it's so fascinating what he says. The 8th dimension is creation, the state of being where the manipulation of energy, of my beloved subatomic particles, Albert did a lot of study on these when he was alive, of the fuel of love into form, be it process or tangible, is learned. When you have anchored the growth pattern of the 8th, then you have no difficulty in bringing forth consistently that which your heart desires and that which is in alignment with source and your universe. Creations that are not in alignment with the higher self and collective are phantoms manufactured by human ego, and not of the sacred nature of the growth patterns of the eighth. In many ways, this is the most challenging growth cycle of all. Many travel through this creation dimension again and again, shying away from the energy because it entails use of personal core essence power and the acceptance of responsibilities. Now, I made a little slide here, helping us understand what this is.
Oh,
Yeah. So, personal core essence really, from my understanding, is connected to peace. And you can see how in this peace sign, so this peace sign was painted by my daughter back in 2010, I think. And you can see how she made this silver and then the blue. So core essence is connected to that silver flame right in the middle of our being, in the pink flame. It is our truth. That's the color of truth. And Archangel Uriel is very silver. He's all about letting go the deep old beliefs that are not of love with the silver. And yes, Ken.
actually, you just answered my question, so I'm gonna. That's okay. You
Oh.
answered my question.
Okay, good. Yeah, so essence is very much an attribute of the Divine Mother, again connected to peace and trust and faith, forgiveness of everything, power, think of the sun, think of the Father energy, acceptance of responsibility. Now, I was really taken with Tucker Carlson saying the role of the father when he was talking about his kids fighting, him coming home from work and his kids fighting, and he said his first job was to break the fight apart to stop the fight. But the mother energy, the blue energy, is peace. But we carry both energies in the physical form. So Tucker saying his role was to be a peacemaker. It's everybody's role to be a peacemaker, and especially within ourselves. Like, so there's no fight inside of us. We're not holding any resentment for anything. We are at peace with our past lives and this life. There's no more anger. That's dissipated. You know, the sorrow is lessened. We're really facing into it, so it neutralizes it. So really, everyone's role is to be a peacemaker, and it's more connected to the mother, the forgiveness of the mother, the blue energy, and the father energy, the golden, is gratitude, being in gratitude for everything. So both energies, the gratitude circle here and the peace work, super important for balancing in the physical form. And you can see here's the father energy, there's the mother energy. It's the same here. There's the mother energy, the blue, the father energy. One side of the brain operates the opposite side of the body. If you're struggling with pain, physical pain in the body, you can usually figure out whether it's connected to the feminine or the masculine, the mother or the father from childhood, depending on which side. So the right side of the brain to the left side of the body, that's the, maybe you have still a few little issues with the mother energy. The left side of the brain, left side of the brain to the right side of the body, the masculine issues. So it's fun to check and see, oh, maybe I'm still hanging on to a little bit of old stuff here connected to the masculine or the feminine. We want to be right in the middle, in that divine alignment. And so that's where we are in a state of acceptance of everything. Okay, so I had some trauma. How can I get to gratitude for that trauma? And that brings you right into the middle, at peace with everything. Yeah, so we're aiming for our divine self to be in peace, in gratitude, in balance with everything, no matter what has happened here. Generally, if we've experienced trauma here, we have attracted it. So to maybe balance some karma. We played all the roles. So it's just good to be looking at what we've experienced from a whole different perspective, and then to have the compassion for everyone, because we're all here to ascend together. And basically, if we're sending compassion to everyone, it helps all of us come into this divine alignment. Yes, Ken.
Well, while you were saying that, I was thinking to myself about compassion for self too,
Yeah.
because that's one I struggle with.
Yeah, that neutralizes the trauma, whatever we've been through, when we're in compassion. And I've noticed usually we're operating from the wounded child. So if that is addressed, if you go to trauma counseling, that's what they're working with, the wounded child, so that the child becomes an adult within. Because otherwise we're creating from that wounded child, and then the creations are repeats of what we've witnessed. So it's really, really important to do the inner work and ask for help, because I know I sat still and did a great amount of work. Forgiveness of everything, compassion, and came to gratitude, and I couldn't get deep enough on my own. I needed help. So it's a really good thing to get that external help. Not to be afraid of it. Because at first, when it was asked of me to do it, I was like, no, I don't need to do that. And then yeah, pretty much my guide said, oh yes, you do. So just go with being in the flow, just being in the flow and no fear, and jump into the lake or the water, whatever it is. And it's amazing how much better one can feel when you do something like that. Okay. So then Albert goes on to say this lesson of acceptance for one's creations is an inherent component of this growth cycle. So we basically create everything. So we have attracted whatever has happened to us. So then it's acceptance of it. So, and getting to gratitude that you had the courage to experience everything. Then you're getting right into divine alignment, into the middle. He says you cannot consistently create an anchor into the third reality, the third dimension, without acceptance of this precept. So acceptance for one's creations, all of them, going way back into all the lifetimes. Many shy away from the cycle because they believe it is a sin of hubris to think they can manipulate atoms. They believe that this is the purview only of the gods. Well, we are here to remember that we are source energy. We were birthed from source. So we really are here to demonstrate the mother and the father energy in physical form. And that's the manipulation of atoms into gratitude and compassion, forgiveness, and peace and harmony. This situation is often present because of flow from past lives when the human ego manufactured painful experiences. So that's the acceptance of our creations. The qualities of this growth are the understanding of unity with one and all, the ability to fully embrace and participate with God's source. So just knowing that we are all of one from source, and to emanate that source energy. It is an acceptance of your role within the universe, and it is a humble, devout vow to abide by the universal laws of creation. So the laws really help us with balance, because they're all about balance. They're all about utilizing the mother and the father energy to come into the center, into the heart. It is through the embracing of this growth cycle that the anchoring of Nova being and the creation of Nova Earth will truly come to pass. Because the more individually we're right in the middle, operating from our heart consciousness in divine alignment, embracing the Divine Mother energy and the Divine Father energy, then as within, so without. That's how the planet, the collective energy changes. That's how we create peace on Earth. We can't go out there and create peace. It doesn't work that way, but we can work individually from within and bring the body systems into balance. The virtue of awe in deep recognition of the wonder and unlimited potential of the universe and source. So just know it's super magical here. The fourth dimension is all about the magic. We can shift in the blink of an eye just by changing how we feel about the past. Feel the gratitude for yourself, compassion for yourself, forgiveness of everything. And it brings us into our heart consciousness. Yes, Ken.
I thought you said fourth dimension. Did you mean eighth?
The fourth dimension is very magical. It's the place of,
Okay.
yeah, connected to the umbilical. It is also a transmutation dimension. The eighth dimension is very magical too. They all are. The fourth, once we've really anchored into the fourth, we'll be able to see the fairies.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I have children in the reading room that have come in and talk all about the fairies. I have beings, I call them groups of fairies that come in. They're very magical young girls and they carry the fairy energy. I had a bunch of them today. It's just yeah, you can just tell right away. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the power of this last statement, that there's unlimited potential, in the universe and source. So that is pretty powerful.
Yeah, but you are.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
you.
Well, I understand that too. Yeah.
Yeah, we know that the universe and source has unlimited potential. So does everyone. And a really good thing to remember is to ask Archangel Michael each day, create with Archangel Michael the expression of your infinite potential. He said it's when we're working with the blue flame, like he carries a torch that is a blue flame, Archangel Michael, and he often asks us to carry it. And every day he has this exercise. What is the expression of my infinite potential today? So that just is very telling. And then he says, when he asks us to do something, to do it. So if you hear him say, go to the grocery store, go to the grocery store because you might meet somebody or something magical might happen. So it's a good practice to listen, to ask the question and then listen and do. Yes, Steve, you're on mute.
Yeah, I find it's often not go to the grocery store, but I'd like to go to the grocery store.
Yes.
That's how it shows up, right?
Yes.
Anyways.
Absolutely.
Walk
Exactly.
into the grocery store.
Yes, that's exactly how it works. And it's really our guides or Michael or someone talking to us and saying, suggesting, yeah, you're right. And it's, yeah. That famous meeting that I had with him, all I could think about was I needed to get to the grocery store to get tomatoes. And then I had my meeting with Archangel Michael and I went and I got my tomatoes and I got home and I realized I didn't need tomatoes. I had lots of tomatoes. But it was in my head. You got to go there. You got to go. So I was eating a lot of tomatoes for a while there. It was pretty funny. Okay, so now we're going to carry on with Prudence and Saint Bernadette. And she said, very often you have a tendency to fly into the old way, which is blame of self and you take responsibility for something that you have done or not done, and you go on and on and on. That's when the brain just goes back and forth, not necessarily to whoever you have offended or mistreated, but to yourself. She says that is not in balance. That is not moderation. That is not intemperance or prudence. The prudence is to acknowledge where you have gone awry, to look at it, to do whatever repair work is necessary. And so this is the key. If you find yourself, your mind just going crazy, sit still. Just sit down. And she says, including especially letting it go. And this is really quick, to apologize to yourself, to the universe, to whomever you have harmed, and then to proceed. It is not to dwell on it day after day after day. I made a mistake. I can never go on. So this used to happen with me. And one reading with Archangel Michael, he said, we are so tired of this going on in your head, because our guides listen to it. They have to listen to it. He says, for your birthday present, I am going to take this away. And he didn't do it right. It wasn't done right away, but it doesn't happen anymore in my brain, or very rarely. So you can ask for it to be gone, for help, if it's still a system that happens. The other thing that's really quick is sit down and just start apologizing. Like, apologize to yourself, laugh and go, oh, there I go again. Apologize to yourself, to the universe, to whoever you've harmed, and it neutralizes it right away. Apologies create peace in the mind. So that's a good little practice that Bernadette has said here. Acknowledge where we have gone awry, look at it, and you can look at it from the higher perspective, from your etheric eyes. Do whatever repair work is necessary, especially letting it go, apologizing to self, to the universe, whomever I've harmed, and then to proceed. So that's temperance and balance and moderation. Temperance is letting go addiction to the mind doing its thing, going back and forth between the two hemispheres. It's like it's between the masculine and the feminine. So when we're in that perfect peace for both, loving the masculine and the feminine, it's a type of gender equality in the physical form. It is peace. There's no fight between the two hemispheres. And there's no fight in the body. There's no physical pain. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, that presumes that you notice it in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a good
this
point.
is the key to heart consciousness and the Christ consciousness, is to get quicker and quicker at recognizing it. So it's not like subconscious, unconscious, barely conscious. It's really being present in the moment.
The
So how do you do that?
Practice. It's just practice, because eventually you're
Practice.
going to notice it because you feel so uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
if you were in a 10-day Vipassana meditation, you'd spend the first 1 to 3 days just noticing the breath going over a single place in your nostril, like a single hair. So you're sharpening your awareness, right? So that's an example of an exercise that sharpens awareness.
Yeah. And even just consistently sitting still and being conscious can be
Sure.
very helpful. Same chair, same time, with a notebook every day. And you become more and more present right in the now, and conscious. And it's also, the more we're in the heart too, you really, like, if we're dropped into the heart, into the emerald love of your heart. That is our heart consciousness. And the noticing the mind becomes much more prevalent. Like, it's
Easy.
Yeah, easier. Yeah, yeah, because you're not hanging out up here. We're hanging out in the heart, and the mind naturally balances itself. You recognize when it's not happy, is what I noticed. But it was a consistent practice every day, same time, same chair, notebook, and looking at myself. And then it got to the point where it was just a natural divine alignment. I don't have to do that every day. No, it just happens. So now I'm in that. I'm connected to my guides like 24/7. And Gaia. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then another thing that Bernadette brings up is how can you do this without any external evidence? So she's talking about ascension. How do we know that it's happening? Because we're not really seeing it out in the world so much. You really have to dig for news to find the projects whether we see the ascension energies have taken effect. She says, where is the proof? And she said for her, it came because she had to dig and dig and dig for the water, and people thought she was crazy and that she thought she was going to get locked up. The proof came in the spring that flowed and healed. So she found the healing water, but the healing water is within all of us. And she says, each of you are truly facing this dilemma. Where is the proof? And this is one of the reasons why this Council of Love has asked you to focus on the blessings and virtues. Yes, Ken.
Well, I was also thinking about your perception may change, and that's also how you could know, because if you see the world differently.
Absolutely. Yep. And that's the heart conscious view. Yes. And it's the focus from, as she says here, from the blessings and virtues, because the proofs, the landmarks, the markers have become internal. So yes, perception change, internal rather than external. And this is something new for you to learn. This is a quality of Nova being. And so you are learning a new way of measuring proof, and it is within. And she said, when I had this proof within me, I would rather die. I would rather be locked away than deny what I knew to be true. I could not do this, and neither can you. And that's so true too. Like once you're at the deeper we are in our heart consciousness, there's just no turning back. And Steve, you've noticed that too.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's no other thing to do but keep moving forward and keep trying to explain what's going on within.
Go
That's why-
deeper, deeper,
what's that?
deeper into the love.
Yeah, and that's why I go out and stand in a shop and do readings and go down to the ones that are really struggling and just listen to them. You can't stop doing it. Yeah, Darren.
Yeah, I agree, but we don't really have to explain to anybody anyway, do we?
Oh, well, I have it within me. I've been told I'm a doer, and I can't stop. I know it's just going to get more and more and more. So
Well,
it just
no,
depends on,
explaining it to others though.
for me, yeah, that's who I am. That's what's going on with me. I mean, I wouldn't be doing these Zooms. These Zooms take a lot of work, and I can't stop doing them. I mean,
Yeah.
I just can't stop. And I can't stop myself going and volunteering and sitting with the ones that are really addicted. I can't stop giving readings. It's just growing and growing and growing. I just can't stop it.
It's like I can't stop writing.
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It just it just happens. So, and I'm sure the mother, the father, the one they're counting on, that they want us to be this, because this planet it's been so we've mastered war, and it's just time for peace. So they want us to be at peace, and they want us explaining this to as many people as we can, even if you're just smiling at the grocery store, because you're actually imparting peace. You're imparting higher dimensionality in a smile, in a handshake, in a glance, with, you know, eye contact. You're telling people about ascension. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then Graham says, what would you like to share for our listeners today as we wrap up today's show? Okay, so this is Bernadette at the very end, and she says, it is not in reference to the prudence, it is in reference to the joy, because of course in moderation and the balance you will find the joy. This is something that you have not, I can see what I did here. There's 2 circles here. Okay, this is something that you have not talked or asked me about a lot this day, but in my life, in my visitations with the lady, with the Divine Mother, with my life that followed, and with my life with each of you, because do not think my life, my existence is over. It is not. I find enormous joy, this gladness of my heart. And so this is something I would also like you to bring forth in your life. So often prudence is seen in the way of denial, and that is of the old way. Prudence is not denial. It is being in the balance of your joy and doing, not just thinking or holding faith and trust, but doing what brings you joy. So that was what I was just talking about. You can't stop it. Once it gets going, it's like a waterfall. The water just keeps coming and you just keep going. So yeah, you can.
One of the things that I have problems with is doing that because I have so little to do. I mean, I realize that I'm here to face some things that are going on with me, but I would also like to be able to be out there in the world and to relieve some of this pressure. But I guess I still have to figure out what that is.
Well, I think what you're doing is relieving the pressure within. So
Yeah.
once that's relieved and you feel you have more energy, then you just naturally go out in the world. But before
Well,
you were going to your taekwondo and your you know, other things, it'll come back. You just reached a new level where you had to do more deeper within work. That's all. You reached up into the higher dimensions. And as you do that, then there's deeper work. It's like me with my trauma therapy.
I
Never
see.
ever thought in a million years I'd be going to trauma therapy. Never even occurred to me. But reached a high enough level, a new dimension, a new level in one of the dimensions, had to do the deeper work.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna have to keep working at it then because
Yeah.
I run into that every single day.
Yeah, so what you're doing is the deeper work. So the more I don't know if you're asking about it every day. Like are you like say your feet swell up, you could like go, okay, this has happened. I'm going to ask my guides what it's connected to, because it's always connected to something in the past.
Okay, that's what I haven't been doing is asking my guides for what that means. Okay, good
Yeah.
enough. Thank you.
Yep.
That helps.
Yeah. And then
That
what you want
helps.
to do is you want to do the forgiveness work, because they're going to show you what it's connected to. And it'll probably go back to childhood. And then you want to be in forgiveness of that situation, in compassion for it, and gratitude. And gratitude, sometimes it's tricky to find the gratitude for things like that, but it's gratitude that you're through that, or gratitude that you learn so much, or gratitude for whatever comes to mind, so that you can be grateful. Because you know how St. Francis said, be in gratitude. It's gratitude for everything you've witnessed, everything, good, bad, and ugly. And that brings you right into the middle, into your heart consciousness. And I can send you my little worksheet if you want it.
Yes, please.
Okay. that outlines how to do that.
Yes, please.
Okay, oh, well, that's what I did every single day for like years. Because I had so much stuff to look at. Okay. So there we go. There's the balancing again. We're going into the past and balancing everything connected to our fathers in physicality, usually childhood, stepfathers, father figures, male energy, could be brothers, and also the feminine. We want to balance it out. We want to neutralize that energy, any kind of resentment that we're holding for the feminine and the masculine, so that we are forgiveness of all these situations. We are compassion, no judgment of them, realizing we could have played that role in other lifetimes. So how can we judge it happening in this lifetime? And gratitude. Gratitude for the courage it takes to be here doing this work. So you can be that gratitude for yourself. Gratitude that it's over, like you don't have to go redo that. Just find the gratitude somehow, and that neutralizes the energy and brings us into this divine alignment where we're just resting in the power of the colors of the chakras. It's like a rainbow of light running right up and down you that's full of healing. And we want to be in that system, open, spinning. That is our ascension. It's like a inner healing chamber in the physical form. It's miraculous. You don't really need to access the healing chambers on the ship. Just remember the light system that's running up and down your spine, right up to above your head, up and down. That's ascension, chakras, open, spinning, full on healing, perfect health, perfect abundance. Yes, Darren.
So is there a particular spot for the healing in your body, or is it all the chakras?
All of them.
Oh,
They're all connected to different organs.
okay. So it wouldn't be that golden chamber in your heart?
Well, that's part of it, but you want to remember it's like a rainbow of colored lights. That's perfect healing. Remember how Ashira told us that the healing chambers, you get beamed with color? You're getting beamed with the colors of the chakras so that they are lit up and they're spinning and they're open because they're sending that light, that vibration and frequency into all the systems and organs in the body. That's basically what's happening. So if you just lie there and you pretend that you can see all of them, like Christmas lights, and they're open and they're spinning, that's going to go a long way to healing everything in the body. Because it's vibration and frequency.
I do that, well, every day, really. I bring in the white light and put out all the colored light out through my chakras again. So I do that exercise every day anyway.
Well, do you have any kind of health issues?
No, but I got probably remnants here and there that I still need to clean up.
Okay, well, the other thing to really anchor in is you are perfect health, because maybe that's all that you need to do. If you're doing that chakra work every day and you're sending out that light and that energy into your physical form, it's just a belief system that thinks that you're not healthy.
Yeah, well, I'm working on that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, you've got that tool that you use as well. That's a vibration and a frequency. That's helping. Yeah, and it's just us remembering that we are perfect and whole. There's no we create everything.
Yeah, well, that's a surprising thing. We are such powerful creators that we do create everything.
Yeah. And so when you're okay, so that gratitude for your own courage to come and fall into the illusion and to practice mastering balance, mastering perfect health, perfect abundance, perfect family, perfect relationship within yourself, loving your masculine and your feminine, You know, we came to do this, and then we came to help with the collective as well. So, you know, it seems like it's ongoing because there's lots of beings that are not doing this work,
Right. Yep.
and we're helping. Yeah. Ken.
Well, I have a misconception that, you know, they were two separate things, that you would have um, healing and how do I, I'm not sure how to put this. Um, that the healing and the helping were, you know, like the healing would come first and then the helping, but it isn't like that. It's, they're both at the same time. One's more prevalent than the other, but
Yeah, that's
that
right.
was
Because even in your healing, you're out going to the medical centers and talking to people.
right.
Yeah, so it's happening all at once. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just keep telling yourself, I am whole and perfect. Because you are. You absolutely are. And right now you might be balancing some karma. You know, there's often reasons why we're struggling with health issues. Could be a balancing of past lives. It's just a roll with the punches and keep looking at it, asking the questions. And of course, drinking lots of water, eating lots of pure food, you know, because we do have that core responsibility to put into the physical form very healthful foods and water and, you know, a little bit of exercise. You know, it's a big picture of healing that we're responsible for, not just the belief systems. It's food as well. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I think we have to cleanse our bodies as well, every once in a while, because that's part of healing, is cleansing the old stuff out, the
Mhm.
garbage out.
Especially the older we get. I
Oh,
know.
who are you talking to here now?
No, I don't know. I've never really done a cleanse until now, until I started losing my throat. And then I'm like, okay, got to do something because I should have a perfect voice.
Right.
And the fellow that I'm working with the massage now, he said that throat is very connected to the root chakra. Makes perfect sense. It means it's connected to the past. So the more we're in balance about the past, then we have the health issues are, you know, we are perfect health. Okay, so this is the beginning of the law of transmutation and dissipation, but we've come to, it's 10 to 8 right now. So I think what we'll do is just send this energy out to the planet, what we've learned for 10 minutes. You can send out perfect health, you can send out perfect balance, you can send out the Saroon color, that magnificent peaches and golds and pinks and core and magenta or fuchsias, whatever you feel like you'd like to send out. Let's do that for 10 minutes right now. And Steve, do you need to go? Okay. Thanks for being here. All right. So if you want to mute yourself, that's great. And let's start right now. Okay. That was good.
Well, that was. We
Mhm.
just sent out the Saroon to the whole planet, just cover the whole planet in Saroon, because I figure, everybody needs a little more joy and gratitude.
Yeah, and balance. That's right. Thank you. Good. Ken and Lillian, did you want to share? You're on mute.
Actually, I had a lot going on. I was sending out Saroon to everyone. And then I noticed there was a conflict in my throat between feeling trapped and freedom.
Mhm.
And they were polar opposites, obviously. And so my awareness is important to look at that.
Mhm. Beautiful.
And also, I don't know why, but I somehow linked the word serenity with Saroon.
Perfect. Mhm.
I
Good.
don't know,
Yeah.
calling it serenity. I don't know.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Maybe you were connecting with who I am, because I am something. I'm very much connected to serenity. And Archangel Michael said that it's a deep peace that's not well known here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. He said that's what part of my mastery, that I am that. And I know I have found that, but maybe whoever I am is with you helping.
Well, sure, anytime I can.
Yeah, awesome. Good, good, good. Okay, and Lillian, how's everything?
I was nice and peaceful. I sent out peace and I was using Saroon. And I noticed that whenever I look out our kitchen window at sunset, there's always that color,
Yes,
that sunset of Saroon. It's
yes,
really beautiful.
yes, exactly. Yeah, I think they're blessing us with the new combinations of rays in the sky.
Hmm.
I always say keep an eye on the sky in the morning and at night and early evening too, because sometimes it goes purple.
Mm. I
Mhm.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, watch for that. And then Saint Germain has a hand in it.
Ah,
Was that? Oh,
I
Yeah.
haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to watch for that.
Mhm.
yeah.
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 I'll never forget, I drove home one night I think it was last summer, and I actually had to stop because it was so intense. I couldn't
Mhm.
drive any farther. I had to just stop. So I pulled into Stanley Park and I just stayed till it wasn't purple anymore.
Uh,
So funny what we do, eh? I don't know, couldn't stop. Anyways, all good. I think we're meant to enjoy the colors.
yes,
Yeah, for sure.
well, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and then drink them in too. Like, you can literally, like, breathe it in. When you see that sunset, breathe it right into yourself, and that's
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, yeah.
Great.
Good. Okay. Well, I think that concludes our tonight, but we'll be back again on Monday and next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we'll definitely start on the law, the universal law. It's great.
Okay.
And
Hey,
SK
good.
is going to be very present. Mhm.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm just going to say good night to everybody on Zoom. Thank you for watching. Yep. And we'll be back.